Ronnie stood at the sink, staring down at the store-bought test, its single blue line stating what she already knew. She tossed it in the wastebasket. "Yeah, I'm fine." "Is there news?" Aaron was leaning against the other side of the locked door in anticipation. "No news. I'll be down in a sec to help with dinner." "Oh." A pause. Neither of them moved, the reality of another negative test sinking in. "I'll be down in a sec, okay?" "Are you okay?" Aaron offered, despite the fact that he himself was clearly wounded. "I said I was fine. What do you want to eat?" "Honey, I'm sorry." "Aaron, please." "We can just reheat some leftovers, it's fine." Ronnie and Aaron had been trying to have a baby for a few years. In reality, it was more an unspoken agreement that they wouldn't try not to have a baby. And, like most things in their lives, the fact that it wasn't working was also mostly unspoken. Additionally unspoken was the idea that the ill health of Ronnie's youth had left her insides unpredictable, though the doctors couldn't find any concrete reason why she couldn't conceive. Ronnie wasn't even sure she wanted a baby, but she knew that not being able to have one left her feeling like a failure. Aaron's constant lingering outside the locked bathroom door certainly didn't help. "You know, maybe it's time we talk to someone," Aaron called from the hallway. "People do it all the time, you know." "I know they do. I just don't want to." "But why, if it's gonna help?" "I just don't want to. Not yet, okay?" She listened to the sound of his feet finally padding off to the kitchen and exhaled a heavy sigh. Despite the 5 years they had been together, Aaron and Ronnie had never bothered to get married. Aaron had always assumed that Ronnie was the type of girl who didn't care about white weddings and gift registries, and Ronnie assumed that Aaron would never ask. Because of this, they had settled into a life that lazily assumed they would be together until death. Ronnie washed her hands and splashed some water on her face before joining Aaron in the kitchen. He had a familiar look of concern on his face, but said nothing, pulling a plastic-wrapped lasagna pan from the fridge and preheating the oven. She generously put her hand on his shoulder, a gesture of reconciliation that he welcomed. "Listen, we'll try for a few more months and then I'll go, okay?" Aaron smiled. "You sure?" "Yes. But let's not talk about it until then, okay?" "Okay, I promise." He turned and kissed her on the forehead, and then returned his attention to the lasagna pan. Ronnie sat down at the kitchen table. Ramona, their hyperactive, rescued Rottweiler, ambled up to her and leaned against her knee, staring upwards with the expectation of a cookie. Ronnie thought about how they had moved into their 2-bedroom first-floor apartment in Parkdale under the unspoken assumption that the second bedroom would one day be painted pink or blue or yellow. How, as they had slept-walked into their late 20s and then into their early 30s, breeding became a given that everyone else in their lives was doing it. Aaron and Ronnie traveled in a circle of friends who lived their lives like they were collecting Monopoly cards. The baby card would complete the set. A natural progression that at first would come eventually and then would come immediately.